What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Floppy Drop. Tonight we are covering the books that were released on July 9th. And we're here on a Friday, which is kind of new and different, and there were reasons for it. One, I've had the week from hell. Work was crazy. My AC went out, so I didn't have AC for 2 days. Got my AC back for a day. Came home from work the next day, and my power was out. So yeah, it's been a fun week, Drew. How's your week?
So your whole state has had like the week from hell.
It's been crappy. I was like, oh, I can't catch a break. How are you doing, dude?
Let's take your week and make it like the exact opposite. I think doing pretty well.
Listen, you gotta have balance in life, so it works out well. And then since we didn't do Floppy Drop last night, you actually went and saw a little movie, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, I saw the Ubermensch.
Ubermensch.
Yes, the Ubermensch.
Ubermensch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those that don't understand, I think you saw James Gunn's Superman. Is that correct?
Yeah. So James Gunn, starring as Superman.
Yes. Oh, okay. James Gunn as Superman.
We're starring James Gunn's dog. Yeah.
And James Gunn's dog. That's the most important part. You can't forget that. So we will be talking about that, but not here, not on this show. It's going to be after our show on Comic Shop Conversations on Max's channel. So if you want to get some opinions, make sure you tune into that starting at 8 p.m. Central Time tonight. But before we get into that nonsense, we will be looking at comics from this week. But before we talk about other publishers and other comics, Drew, I believe you had a campaign. I believe it wrapped. I believe you successfully hit your goal. But I also believe that if people want to back it, they still can.
That is correct. Unholy Nightmare 2, we successfully exceeded every single metric you could for a campaign by its second issue. And so we are keeping it open for 1 week for late pledges. So I believe anyone will have until roughly Sunday evening. And then this sucker is closed up. Dunzo. We are going to be hopefully getting those funds collected. As soon as the funds are collected, the money is going to be distributed to the printers, then for the fulfillment stuff, and we're going to be off to the races.
Heck yes. So as always, we'll kind of look at this real quick, but there's a lot of options here in the campaign. Oh wait, does it show everything still? Oh, does it not show everything still?
Oh, you're under updates.
Oh, hold please. Okay, I'm old and retarded. What do I do? Oh,
right there it says, there you go.
Hey, I know what I'm doing, guys. Come on. As always, like we go through and look, just fantastic. Well, one, we got the interior art by Aurelio, which is just fantastic and banger. But a lot of fun covers here to choose from. If you haven't gone through and looked at this yet, go through. There's plenty of stuff to pick from. A lot of nice homage. You got a Stephen Platt homage. You got the EC Comics homage. You got the Va-Va-Voom and the other Va-Va-Voom. But yeah, great stuff here for Unholy Nightmare number 2. And we keep saying this, so I'm gonna keep saying it because not enough of you have backed it, but you have the backup story, the Golem, 10 pages, origin story of the Golem. If you didn't back it, I'm telling you right now, go do it. It's fantastic. Great work from Drew and Aaron on writing. Fantastic art from Vudon, who this is the first time he's doing interiors. Y'all have seen his covers before. And Vudon, I think, is about to become a somewhat well-known name in comics. So,
yeah, it's like I'm just waiting. I'm waiting so I can get the word, so we can start sharing his big cover he's got coming. Because
I know
once we drop that, it's going to be like, what the? Where the hell did this guy come from?
Right.
then yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I've seen it, but I'm saying I've seen it because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that. Anyway, who said that? No one. Yeah, if you get a chance, go back this. There's still a few days left. It's going to be a great fun read. If you didn't get the first issue, you can also get on issue number 1 from An Unholy Nightmare. And yeah, we'll
Yeah, and that's shocking. We had 75% newer backers this time.
it's
So
wild.
that catch up tier, it outsold everything. It was nuts.
Really, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really cool though. The fact that you've got that many people coming in to catch up and get both. So,
Yeah.
all the congrats to you. I'm so happy to see you guys being successful. You know, you work your ass off. Aurelio works his ass off. And I'm excited for people to get their hands on this book and read it and have some fun. And I can't wait for them to just keep going on to further issues because I know the batshit crazy stuff that happens. So
Yeah, I mean, and Aurelio's already working on issue 3. He's working on page 4 right now. So yeah, I'm all getting excited for issue 3 right now. And I haven't told you yet, Joshy Poo, but we got some. I've shown you a couple of the covers we got coming up for issue 3.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But there may be another one in progress. We'll I'll listen to you after this. Yeah.
Yeah, I will say 1 is a super big deal, and I can't wait till that gets announced. But
this other one is good.
sealed.
I think this one it could blow the other ones out of the water. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of exciting stuff to look forward to. As he said, they're already working on future issues, so it's not going to be a situation like some people where you're sitting here waiting for years, wondering if your book's going to come. Drew's got the first 13 issues written. Aurelio's working on the art for issue 3, and they've already got covers lined up and completed. So yeah. It'll be delivered. I do want to go ahead and say hi to the chat. Like I said, we are going to keep tonight a little abbreviated so we can make sure we join Max's show at 8 p.m. Central Time. But let's say hello to the people in the chat. As always, we've got Cage and Corey here with. So since this is a day later, late and gay, absolutely. In fact, I was later than I expected to be for 2 reasons. One, I was driving home from work and I got behind a tractor. Farmtown problems. But 2, when I came in, StreamYard was being really weird. And it was just solid white. There were no buttons or anything. And I was like, let me close the window and try again. So I did, and it did the same thing again. I was like, well. So I just texted Drew, and I was like, give me a minute. StreamYard's being gay. So late and gay. We've got Jamin D in the house with a rock on. What's up, Jamin? We did post the link. I forgot to say this for Unholy Nightmare. I forgot to pin it, so I'm going to keep spamming the chat with it throughout the night. We have Nadia, Horror with Nads, in the house. I'll drop my flop right on. Oh, wait, it's not that type of show. That's late night floppy drop. But I will say, I will be joining After Dark. I will be joining Nadia at the end of the month to do a horror stream with her. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to that. So I will share more details as we get closer to that. We do have Kaiser Jose in the house. Sup, fellers? What's up, senor? Nice to see you. Who else do we have here? Oh, Salty Travelin' Sea coming in with someone needs to take James Gunn's copy of Guardians of the Galaxy off his Xerox machine. All he does is keep making copies of that.
Well, little fun fact. While we're talking about this, and we're talking about comics, but a lot of people don't know this, but or forgotten about it. But that first script of Guardians of the Galaxy, he didn't write it. It was a woman wrote the script, and he came in to do a polish of it, and he wanted sole credit for it. The lady who wrote it took him to arbitration and everything. Going to be a whole WGA thing. She won, I believe, but so she gets co-writing credits for the script.
Yeah, Nicole Perlman.
Yeah.
I can't think of what else she did. Hold on 1 second. I'm pulling it up. You know what? We're gonna say nothing exciting or worth talking about. her other writing credit, one of them is Captain Marvel. So we're just gonna close that out. But I will say we have seen instances in the past where 2 different writers kind of cross and then they kind of do their best work because they balance each other out. So that could have very well been what happened. But yes, Salty, I think he's gotten into a rhythm of just copy and paste. I have not seen Superman yet. I'm seeing it tomorrow morning, but I'm curious to see how James Gunny it is overall. And Cajun Corey put, I believe Josh didn't pin that link. Yes, you're correct. Mark McGrath coming in with, I pledged. Did you? Did you pledge? You should.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Sugar Ray himself. Yeah.
Kaiser wants to know what's the over-under on my mic going out. We shall see. It's really a question of what's the over-under of my internet dropping, because that's what causes the mic problem. He also came in with nice "Baby It's Cold Outside" cover. And Salty's giving me 20 minutes before mic failure. We're at 12, so let's see. And Mark McGrath put, his mic, if he's lucky, dude, can keep the power on. Hey, I pay my bills, so that's not the problem. The problem is trees falling and knocking down power lines. Let's see. Kaiser's coming in. He thinks at the 13-minute mark. So Kaiser, you've got less than a minute, man. But we'll see. I know. We just stop the stream and play the Jeopardy music for the next 40 seconds, 30 seconds. And Mark said, ketchup tier? I think it's ketchup, but spelled the other way. The CATCH.
Or CATSUP way, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Catsup?
Yeah.
Would you like some catsup?
So.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Drew. Seriously, you've only written 13 issues?
Hey, I'm a single mother of two, working as hard as I can. Give me a break. There was a girl at a comic book store I used to work at, help at, and that would be her excuse every day. She would say that every single day.
I'm a single mother of two.
Working as hard as I can. Give me a break. I'm like, I'm going to remember that. But anyway, I've been writing Naughty and Nice, the new ongoing series for Naughty and Nice that is going to be coming out soon. So that's been 3 arcs. It's going to be 15 issues or so. So I'm finishing up the 3rd arc right now. Actually finishing up issue 14.
Time out. I love how Drew's like, oh, I've also been writing Naughty and Nice. Bitch, you have been writing Naughty and Nice. You're writing Depths of Valor. You're writing
Silent Nights.
Is there? Silent Nights, Unholy Nightmare. You've
Head
got
Shop with you.
Yep, Head Shop. You've got the stuff with Marat. So well, first off,
Reign of Vengeance, Lethal Ladies.
Yep.
Pray for the Center.
Yep. You've got Aftermath. So he's being modest over here with his like, well, I'm writing Naughty and Nice. Like he's doing like half of the indie comic sphere right now that's crowdfunded. That's what he's really doing. Lord have mercy, I'm doing Naughty and Nice. Get the beep out of here. Salty did say, I'm just driving back from my LCS with goodies. I feel like this was a solid week. Not incredible, but a decent week. A few
better than last week. I'll say that.
Maybe that's why I think it was a good week, because last week sucked donkey balls.
Yes, it did.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see who else is here before we actually jump into the comics, because I do want to make sure we talk about them before we sign off for the night. Oh, you do have Melvin. What's up, Melvin? Haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you here. Howdy, stranger. Not seeing you around much lately. And then saying hello to @Cajun Corey. So Drew, I do want to jump into the books from this week, and I specifically want to start with one book that debuted, and maybe I don't know why it got a debut issue, because it may or may not have already been getting published with the same creative team. But I'm talking about Fantastic Four #1. Did you read this wonderful treasure of a book?
I did read this.
Yeah. Did you get to page 2 and go, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for 60 something years? Is that what you did?
you know what's incredible about this is that you take this page out. You take this page out. Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Just take that caption box out. This is
Yeah,
a solid recommend. This is an absolutely solid recommend book.
I would agree with you.
And I would say if you'd told me Ryan North wrote this, I'd say you're full of shit.
Fair.
Because this is too much fun. And what's even funnier, I was talking to Kyle about this, is that if you compare this issue number 1 to Ryan North's original Fantastic Four number 1, which came out like 2 years ago at this point,
Yep.
night and day, completely different number 1s. That
Mhm.
number 1 was donkey shit. I'm sorry, Triceratops shit.
Yeah,
This
wasn't
one,
to remind me, wasn't that first number one just like it just focused on the Thing and is it
yes,
Alicia?
the shitty no-tell motel with
Yep.
yeah, it's like what the fuck are we doing here? And
Yep.
I could not believe it. And here I'm like, yeah, this is how you do a solid number 1. But it's just now, Josh, you may have a better knowledge of me when it comes to this, but I can't recall the last time they've done a relaunch of an ongoing series during the middle of an event where this series is like the focal point of that event.
So I can't recall that ever happening. Marvel has gotten really bad about relaunching a series with its same creative team more than once, and I think it's absurd. But yeah, the fact that you're in the middle of what is it, One World Under Doom, and this
A
is supposed to
year-long
be
event. Yeah.
yeah, and this is like if any ongoing series is like majorly tied to that event, it is Fantastic Four. And yet, for some reason, they're. I mean, look, I know why they're doing it. The movie's coming out within what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So
Yeah,
this
about
is
2 weeks.
this is meant to be like an easy cash grab. That if some normies walk into a comic shop, they can go, "Oh, Fantastic Four number 1, I can just jump in here, man." And go with it.
Josh, which is even weirder because they had another Fantastic Four tie-in movie. They had the movie tie-in this week.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't spread these out, but okay, sure.
Well, if we want to talk, we could talk about that one later because I got words
Yeah.
about that one.
We will glance at that one right after this. But I do want to kind of comment. So for those of you that didn't read this and you don't know, this page 2, the speech bubble that we're talking about, that had you taken this out, it would have been perfectly fine, is Sue's thought bubble. And she says, "And that's me, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman. I bend light and energy, and I make force fields with my mind. I lead the team."
Bullshit. So anyway, one, we know this is clearly Ryan North sucking up to Marvel Studios. But and now, before anyone says anything, like now, I do acknowledge, yeah, in the past, Sue has taken charge of the team in the past, but that's been because Reed was either believed dead or missing. That was when she took charge, and for this to happen, this completely rewrites the lore, completely rewrites the team.
Yeah,
it's like, what is Reed?
Chump. He's a chump.
Yeah, he's a chump.
The thing is like, I'm not like woman hating, right? Like there are plenty of times where we've had female leaders and I've been perfectly fine with it. It just doesn't make sense that when you've got the smartest man in the universe, why wouldn't he be the leader? Now, that being said, I do think that Sue should be kind of like the glue in a way of the Fantastic Four. She's the one that, she's the nurturing aspect. She keeps them together. And I'm even fine if you say she's like the protector of the group, especially because of her powers. Like, but the leader,
yeah, she's a mother. She's got that motherly instinct. Yeah,
absolutely. And there's plenty of ways you can make a character strong without necessarily having to make them the leader. And I wish they would have just leaned in on that. I will say, and look, I'm not the most versed in Fantastic Four, so if this has happened before, bite me. It's fine. But the fact that she's making actual constructs that look like designs seems weird.
Yeah, I think that is relatively new. Like I know in the past, like she's made like she's able to raise in platform. She's been able to put bubbles around people, do stuff like that. But making a full on mech suit, it's like,
this feels like Green Lantern.
That's
More. It feels more Green
yeah,
Lantern than
yes. Feels like a complete rewrite of her powers.
yeah. But like we said, other than that one little bit, which honestly, if this wasn't on page 2, I think the problem here is you've got this dialogue bubble at the beginning of page 2, so many people are going to go, oh, and they're going to have that as they carry on through the rest of the issue. But the rest of the issue is pretty damn entertaining. Like, you've got Emperor Doom, he's here. It's got quite a bit of fun action. And then to kind of thwart the Fantastic Four, he sends them all into different time periods. So it's a compelling story that I was actually into. And like you said, I think this is a much better start than Ryan North's initial debut.
Yeah, 100%. But it's just unfortunate because, like you said, that one caption box just takes you completely out of the book. But attempting to move beyond that, I like what we're set up here with. The four are time displaced in different time periods on Earth. One's at the end of time, another one's like during like the, I guess, pre-Cretaceous period. Yeah, Johnny, when Earth is still forming. You have Ben's with the Cretaceous period, and you got Reed, who's during the medieval times, I think. I
think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And Sue's at the end of time, and they're just trying to go to this focal point. All four of them are trying to meet at this focal point, I guess, to try to get back together and try to tap into it for all four of them. But I hate that fucking mustache on him.
I was about to say, I hate Johnny with the mustache. And this is something he keeps kind of playing with and doing, and I don't know why. He being Ryan North. But I will say, I don't think the art is bad.
But no, it's Humberto Ramos. Humberto Ramos is solid.
I feel like, and this is just me, I feel like if I were gonna relaunch the book with the number 1 right before a movie, I might try to get someone that's a little more higher end or bigger name, just to try to even be more of a draw. Do you feel like that's fair to say, or?
How wild would it have been? It's like if Marvel really wanted to make a splash, if Marvel really wanted to make a statement, how awesome would it have been if they had gotten like J. Scott Campbell to do interiors, just to do the first issue?
Yeah, just make a banger of a first issue or something. Yeah. But no, overall, if I'm being completely honest, I do kind of love this. I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was going to be way worse than it actually was for a number of reasons.
Likewise. Our experience of reading Ryan North books.
Yes. But yeah, it wasn't awful, and we'll see what he does. Probably one of the better things that's come out of One World Under Doom. Would you agree?
There's been a lot of shit. It's been a hell of a lot of shit.
I mean, look, no one's talking about One World Under Doom, so that should tell you something. But this was actually not bad. So I will salute Ryan North and team. And maybe the whole point was that they wanted to try to get more eyes because it was a decent issue, and it's what seems like the setup of a solid story. So you know what? Kudos team. I will give you that. Now, Drewski, you did mention that there was another Fantastic Four book, and it is the official movie tie-in for Fantastic Four, and we're gonna check that out real quick.
Yeah, the movie tie-in / prequel.
Yes. So one, you have this not great Phil Noto cover here. That
I if there's one person in comic books I wish was not getting work, it's Phil Noto. The guy has he can't do action. He can't do everything just looks stiff and boring and dull. And he took a legendary cover, the original Fantastic Four #1, and made it look flat and boring. Non-dynamic.
There are times that I see some of Phil Noto's work and I go, oh, that looks really good. Like, I feel like he draws faces well. Anytime you get to a body, the proportions look off to me. Just things look weird. Now, the B cover, I think, is exponentially better.
100%. Granted, it's still a flat-on shot, but you're seeing profiles. That's fine, but
Yeah.
still, I'm just pissed off at the fact he took a legendary dynamic cover by Jack Kirby and just made it fucking flat.
Yeah. But hey, we got Pedro. Look, it's Pedro.
I'm not saying a word.
Not saying a word. No, I kind of wish this B cover would have been the main cover. One, because I think it makes it more clear that this is a movie tie-in. Like it's very clear that this is Pedro and oh crap, I can't think of her name now. But shoot. Anyway, um,
Look, I know I'm gonna get hit. I'll probably get hate for this, but look, she's an attractive woman. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But she just comes across as too cold for Sue Storm. I don't see when I see someone like a Sue Storm. I picture someone who's got that warmth. Someone who's just someone who does exude the personality of being a mother. I don't
yeah.
see that in her at all.
I will say having and I was gonna go back to this, but I think there are a lot of moments in The Crown where she exudes that. So I feel confident she can show it here. Because part of her character in The Crown was like she was the real one. She was the one that lived in the world and people connected with. So I think she can do it. But yes, she does have a cold look to her. She can. So hopefully she kind of balances that out with her performance. So we'll see. But
We'll see.
let's talk about the book itself, because I mean it's interesting.
The setup of this, the layout of this, it's strange.
Yeah, but look, it's like JFK and Jackie O, man. It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's hip, Daddy-O.
Right.
It's the bee's knees.
Yeah, there are elements of this that do kind of just play into like classic storytelling of what we know from the Fantastic Four, but then also like very much pulling into this modern day MCU type of storytelling and narrative. And for me, that's where it just completely falls flat and loses.
To be honest with you, I hated all these interviews. I hated all these quotes. Yep. Just when they get to, it's like, you don't need that. You don't need this at all.
Right. Yeah, it was a bit of a slog. It's a one-off, like one and done as well. So I don't know.
It's not really that exciting. I'm not gonna.
All.
It's not. No, it's actually pretty boring. And what they did to I call him Hans Mole Man, but what they did to the Mole Man here, I fucking hate it. I hate this interpretation of the Mole Man.
Yeah. Question: How who do you think your brother talked to be featured as the Mole Man?
Well, we do know that he likes. I think him, Matt Fraction, and Kelly Sue. I think they got a thing, because Kyle loves Kelly Sue.
Yeah.
So he's
maybe
he's got
it's because he's such a big fan that they're like, Kyle, we'll draw you as Mole Man.
Yeah,
it does kind of look like Kyle. And if people think I'm just being an asshole, like we openly were talking to Kyle about this, so
yeah,
but yeah,
it looks like him. Yeah,
it's hilarious. Anyways, this for me was a complete waste of time. I cannot say that this is a worthy pickup.
So this was written by Matt Fraction.
Yes.
Now, what does have me worried is that he's writing Batman coming up.
Yes.
And after reading this, I'm even more concerned now because this was not good. This was pretty boring.
Yeah. I mean, usually these like official prequel tie-in comics for the MCU films are pretty bad and pretty boring because a lot of times they're not even the writer, the creative team, they're not allowed to do anything interesting. I think there was one book that was, I can't remember what tie-in it was. It may have actually been Black Widow, if I'm being completely honest. But it was interesting because it was like showing you the gap between one film and the other. And I was like, huh, all right, so that would be really cool if they did that. And then they never kind of touched on it or whatever in the films, but it made sense to kind of bridge. Here's where this character was between this film and this film. But yeah, this to me just feels I like it's just there to be there. That's all. Like it's another cash grab. So
Yeah, the fact is, they pretty much took the original first issue of the Fantastic Four by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, which is a fantastic issue, and gave it the modernization approach to it, and made Hans Moleman a sympathetic villain and everything. It's just like, no, don't. You guys just pissed on the original first issue by Lee and Kirby.
Well, and that's
terrible.
That's why I was saying, like, there are elements of this that feel like reminiscent of, standard Fantastic Four, but then you've got that MCU like impact that honestly it's not a good thing here. So
no, it's not. This is not a good thing here. And like I said, this interpretation of Hans Moleman is terrible. I hate it.
Yeah, I was not. I've said it a couple times now. I was not a fan. I do want to real quick just look at a few comments since we were talking about a couple of different Fantastic Four things. Hold on, let me go back a little bit. We got LK in the house. What's up, LK? Nice to see you here. And so going back to the debut of the mainline series, LK put, and this wasn't the worst Fantastic Four book of this week. It was not. It wasn't even the worst Fantastic Four #1 this week. Go figure. Yeah. And then we've got Salty coming in with Sue is in charge, boys. Okay, well, yeah. And then LK put, after the Fraction tie-in, any remaining hope I had for the movie was snuffed out. I will say, keep in mind that anytime they say these are the official tie-ins or prequels or whatever, the creative team that writes the comic never actually gets a script to the film. They don't get to see the film. They just kind of get some details and then can do what they want, which is probably why this creative team tried to recreate Fantastic Four #1, just with MCU like flares. But I don't ever think that these prequel comics are an actual reflection of what you might see. Not that I'm saying that the film's going to be great.
Yeah, and look, I've read a great deal of the Marvel MCU comic tie-ins that they've done, and they all suck. They have all sucked. And more often than not, what they're doing outside of this, what they've done is like they'll take the previous film and put that into the comic, saying that's the movie tie-in. I'm like, wait, what? Why am I spending money on this when I have this on DVD at home to watch?
Right.
Wait, what the fuck? This is not worth it.
Right. Mark McGrath put, when Rita's around, Rita's in charge, but pale and male is stale. Yes. You're not wrong. As someone said on X, let's see. So LK put it, someone said on X, Reed is the brain, Sue is the heart, Johnny's the face, and Ben is the anchor or base. That is what makes the team great. Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you there. Like, I think the fact that Sue being the heart is kind of what I was saying about she's the one that is the glue between the family. She brings the emotions to keep people there. Salty put Pedro energy. Sir, did you mean Pedro or pedo? Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure, so I wanted to clarify. Mark McGrath, but we're lucky Reed isn't licking his rave glow stick. Oh my god! Did you see that picture of Pedro Pascal? Assuming at a Pride.
I saw the video, and it's like, yes. Speaking of pedos, yeah. Jesus.
What a homo! Man. He really is gay too, so go figure.
Is he officially out of the closet, or is it one of those things where he's not saying he is? Like Cary Grant.
So it's a weird thing that he's just never fully talked about it. I think publicly, but he's never denied it. Like he's always been pretty open, okay. And I mean, but it's a weird thing because like you got to keep in mind that he's one of these actors that's been acting for like 20 to 30 years at this point, just doing bit roles here and there until like the past 5 years or so.
Yeah, now
Um,
he's 50. Yeah, he's suddenly yeah.
so he's never been like a name. He was that guy that you'd see and you're like, oh, I've seen this guy in something before. But like I met him. I'm not gonna say I knew him, but I met him because he was friends. He was really good friends with someone I'm acquainted with, a guy named JB. And I thought JB was cool. Listen, to give you a story of my friend JB, I went to a bar in West Hollywood called Foo Bar, and it's a like dive bar. So already, yeah, right. Already different than anything else in West Hollywood. And I walk in for the first time, and JB's like standing at the bar, talking to the bartenders and stuff because he's friends with the staff. And he's dressed up as the Green Power Ranger, like full on
Huh.
Green Power Ranger costume with the vest. And I'm like, bro, like I don't know who you are, but this is awesome. But he's a writer and director and does like music videos and stuff. But he's friends with Pedro, and you would see them together a lot. So they've
Hmm.
always been out at like he's always been out at gay bars and stuff. So I don't know.
Well, it could be a Cary Grant situation. So
Yeah. But Salty did say F Matt Fraction, soy Fantastic Four, and is soon to be soyed up Batman. Yeah, I just hope even if Batman's not what I want, but it's still fun and entertaining, I'll let it slide. But after Chip Zdarsky's god awful run, like we need something that's at least entertaining, at the very least.
yeah,
But they're supposed to be bringing Alfred back, so yay.
yeah,
Like,
it's an AI. Yeah.
oh fuck it, never mind. I'm so over this bullshit. The fact that they let Tom King kill Alfred, get the fuck out of here. So Mark McGrath put Mike Allred. Mike Allred would have drawn the hell out of this if you needed retro. Agreed. I
You
wouldn't
know
have minded
what?
that.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? He probably would have been the best choice for the art on this.
Probably.
In writing it. And writing it.
Mhm.
Him and his wife. And his wife could have worked on this.
Yeah. I love the stuff that they did on the Batman 66 series for DC. Like it looked fun, it was campy, but it was highly entertaining. So
Yeah, and hey, Madman. I liked his Madman stuff.
oh, yep, I didn't even think about that. But so Zax is asking Superman review when. So on the channel, we will have a full episode devoting to discussing Superman on Tuesday. It's going to be a culture popped episode. Drewski will be there as always. I'll be there. I've got the real comic book gamer Dylan coming on because he's a big Superman fan. We might have another person or two joining us. So, yeah, I'm just waiting to hear their schedules, but I will be seeing the film tomorrow morning, and we will discuss it a little bit tonight on Max's channel. So if you want to tune in then, you can. Speaking of Max, the Comic Crusader himself, he said, from what I've been hearing, Salty, I have a feeling I'm going to despise it with every fiber of my being. I'm assuming Superman?
I thought you already saw it.
Max hasn't seen it yet. No, are you kidding? Max doesn't go to the movies. What are you talking about, Drew?
I can forget he lives in California. Seeing a movie is like $50 per person.
That's right.
So,
I mean, also, like, I think the only time Max watches movies is when we like force him. You know,
true.
So, you know, it's like
we had to force him to watch Big Trouble in Little China. Jesus.
I know. Even waiting, he's like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm like, shut up and get to the dinner scene. Just wait. No, I'm kidding. We love you, Max, but we are speaking truth. Like, do you really watch movies without us? He did. I will. You know what? I'll give him credit. He did watch How to Train Your Dragon. But yeah, but he loves How to Train Your Dragon. So there you go. The animated.
Okay, good.
He had strong notes for the live action that were fair. He definitely backed up his stance. So I kudos to Maxi Poo for that. All right, Drewski, I do want to talk about Transformers real quick. So I'm gonna pull it up because I thought it was a pretty banger issue.
Yes, it was, and I keep reminding myself, we're getting close to the end here.
Yeah, we 2 issues left. Issue 22 and 23 and 24. Then Daniel Warren Johnson and Jorge Corona's run is over, and we're moving on to Ryan Kirkman and Dan Mora. So, you know, but let's see. So Transformers. Uh, I I think the one thing. Well, I've been enjoying this, but the one thing that I've really been loving, especially since like I feel like issue 14 or 15 is we saw a huge ramp up. We had like a 2 issue kind of pause, not even pause, but slow down to deal with the emotions of things. And then since then, it's been going like balls to the wall, just building on itself. But I thought this was a nice action packed issue. Some really good stuff with Starscream in here. But what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. The Autobots just got their asses kicked. They had to
Yep.
escape, and it looks like they're getting some help from an unlikely source. And it's
Yeah.
like, hey, kind of a you helped us out. We're going to help you out. It's like, oh, okay, cool, we'll take it.
Hell
And
yeah.
and then on Cybertron, there's a portal. Only one or two of them can go through. And Cliffjumper, he makes a tough choice. He's like, we're staying. He's going, and it looks like he's going to be paying the price for that,
Yep.
which sucks. But
Um,
hey, man.
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of nice emotional beats in this issue. Um, it's as excited as I am for
Oh, Josh, you muted. 42 minutes. It's not bad.
yeah, suck it, bitches. 42. No, what I was saying is, as excited as I am for the next creative team, I am gonna be a little sad to see these two go because I've really just enjoyed what they've been doing. But I do think it's a nice, perfect spot to kind of transition to a new creative team. I think it's the right moment to kind of add an energy boost. But I do expect issue 23 and issue 24 to just continue ramping up the action and just being total bangers. But yeah, this look this we're going on 2 years of this book now. Of people consistently praising it, people consistently putting it in their top 10. So if you're not reading this, like, where have you been? Like, I mean, clearly, if you're watching this, you follow comics. Um,
Well,
so
I don't know. Josh doesn't have Alice Cott working on it, so they may not be reading it because, yeah,
we gotta have Alice Cott,
God,
man.
Jesus, I'll
Not
never
this white
forget.
bread and mayonnaise. Come on.
Yeah,
Ooh. I love this page or this panel, I should say. Like, I don't know. To me, that looks freaking bomb. So
I'm not gonna lie. For me, a lot of the stuff with Wheeljack, I love the emotion stuff, like the emotions we see from Wheeljack in this
mhm,
issue,
yeah,
because he's doing everything that he can to help Optimus and the others, but it's just he's like, yeah, I'm gonna try, and he's got to be honest with the one kid. He's like, is he gonna die? And he just says yes. Speaking about
yeah,
Optimus,
yeah,
and it's not looking good for Optimus right now. But
yeah.
eventually he taps into the leadership of Matrix, and he sees the other Optimuses from the Optimi
Optima.
from the
Yeah.
past. It's pretty cool. And then Megatron just being just God, a piece of shit. Just no respect for the dead. No
Nope.
respect for God. He's awful. And but yeah, I do love that page, the army and the troops,
Oh
and
yeah.
Starscream just going to town on them. My God.
I will say, just quick note on the colors here. I love that these sky shots that they've got are red, just to show, how bombastic and brutal the action. Like, this is just fantastic artwork. So I don't know if
You know,
this was the colorist decision or Corona's decision or even scripted by Dana Warren Johnson, but jeez.
I will say my one complaint art wise. Well, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Maybe this was a Hasbro decision. It's been what Megatron transforms into. It's like, so
Mm.
you're a tank handgun? What? I don't I don't fucking understand. What's wrong with being the handgun? I don't understand that.
Mm.
But but you're a tank gun. Okay, that makes it better. Sure.
Yeah.
But this stuff with Ultra Magnus, I love it.
Yep.
He gets free, and God, that looks great, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
So much good stuff in this issue. And again, I cannot wait to see just how these guys wrap up these next two issues, because when I lately the only word I can think of describing this is bombastic, and I think it's just the best word to describe it is bombastic. So
Yeah, and honestly, this is the most fun I've had reading Transformers since All Hail Megatron from
Mm.
IDW, and that was almost 20 years ago, probably closer to 18 years ago that came out. So it tells you it's been that long since they've had a solid, damn good run of Transformers.
Yes. I do want to shift gears and talk about another book that I think is continuing to just knock it out of the park, and that is Batman Dark Patterns.
Yes.
Which Dan Waters is, in my opinion, doing some of the best work he's ever had here.
Man, you want to talk about a guy who can do horror? It's this guy, and
Yeah.
he's nailed it down.
Yeah. So, Pareidolia, however you pronounce that word. Second issue of this story, and the whole point is that that word, it means like you see patterns that may not be there. So that element starts playing into the story arc here. But you still get more of Batman in the Rookery, and I think that's where his horror elements really come in strong. Is this area is just creepy AF.
Yeah, and they see Batman creepy as AF, because like they just see him as like I think as it's imagine the city as like the Rookery as a human body, and he is this virus,
this infection.
Yeah, an infection in the Rookery. They're trying to get him out.
Yep. But great stuff. A lot of solid stuff with Gordon here too. Like you can tell Gordon's just kind of getting tired and a little beat down. And
I love that. I love that panel. Go up with Batman
in the window.
God, I love that. Yes, I love that.
It's such an old school Batman thing to do too. Like
yes.
old school think meaning like not old school as in like time of when the comics are published, but like Batman in his first year type of thing. Like I feel like so many modern Batman comics avoid this because they're like, oh, he's got all these techs and gadgets. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. But there's something just badass about he could just pop in your window at any point. Be ready. But yeah, and also Hayden Sherman on the art. Like, again, the fact that this guy is the same artist as Absolute Wonder Woman, yet the art is a night and day. I mean, even this, the way he draws him on the rooftop here.
God.
Yeah,
great.
It's good stuff.
Great angle.
And that's what I was going to say. He keeps doing these angles looking up. And we've seen
that's what this is the stark contrast between this and that Fantastic Four tie-in.
Yeah,
there are no flat angles here. They're all dynamic, different angles. They're exciting angles.
Mm-hmm.
It's not boring as shit, and it's making you more engaged into this comic.
Agreed. But yeah, great horror stuff. And honestly, I really like the approach they've had with this, where the story arcs are 3 issues each. It just feels like it's quick, digestible. You're not like wasting time. Because I think sometimes these modern day writers try so hard to decompress their story that it's like, okay, we didn't need 6 or 12 issues for this. It could have been 4.
Or more. So a little heads up. Speaking of which, I bought the Superman War saga, not the omnibus, but like it's like the soft cover edition that collects like 30 or 40 issues. I'm going through that right now, rereading it, and it reads so damn good as a collection, as opposed to single issues. But I haven't gotten to the point yet where I'm feeling the drag. We'll see what happens. Yep,
are you
that's
talking
the
about
one.
This one? Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
Look at that hunky Clark Kent on there. Yeah, no, I need to revisit that. I don't know if you can hear me because I'm turned away, but I remember reading it and enjoying it, and I remember thinking like, I bet this is going to be a banger as a collection. So
yeah, so far, but my only gripe so far reading it, it's just it made me do like a record scratch. It's like wait a second, when the hell did you set up that Enchantress was hiding Superman being weak in what's his name, Manchester Black, making you look stronger in these events? You just kind of like verbally dropped it in a caption box. We didn't see that.
Wasn't that actually set up in Grant Morrison's Superman and the Authority, though?
Oh fuck, that's right.
I think it was.
Okay, and that's not in here. I think that may be like in the back, maybe, or I don't know, but that may not be
because
in here.
That's what they had. That like what was it, 4-issue miniseries that Grant Morrison did, leading into Philip Kennedy Johnson having the story and kind of continuing that narrative. But I remember thinking like, why are we continuing this? And then PKJ did way more with it than I thought he was going to be able to do. So I was like, you know what, man, good on you. But yeah, Batman Dark Patterns, easily one of the best. Actually, there's a few good Batman books out there. This is one of the best. And I'm like,
this twist right here. This twist, I was like, wait, wow, I did not see this coming.
Yeah, look, this has been highly entertaining, and I said this last month. I'm sad that this is only 12 issues. Like, if there's a book that they'll say, you know what, we're going to keep this as an ongoing, I hope this is the one. Because even if you need to give Hayden Sherman and Dan Waters a breather or a break, like you can easily let someone else come in, tell a short story, and kind of do that technique that they had with Legends of the Dark Knight.
You could bring in an Alice Cott, and someone else.
Of course. So, no, fantastic stuff. This is one of the books that I look forward to every month, and I'm going to be sad as we head into the final arc in 2 months. So next month is the finale to this arc, correct?
Yeah, should be. Yeah, because where this ends, it's like, holy crap. This is.
And then we have the final arc. But yeah, great stuff from Dan Waters. Great stuff from Hayden Sherman. Really loving the work that they're doing. Let me get this off. Just see if there's any other notes here. And what's going on in the chat? Oh, I gotta damn it, Josh, because the mic. Gosh, the mic. So Salty's actually a little nervous about Kirkman, but we'll see. Yeah, look, I'm gonna be honest. I've never been like, oh my god, Kirkman's the best, but I feel like he will be fine. And Dan Moore is gonna be awesome. So
yeah, if Kirkman can get out of his own way and let the artist really, tell the story, let Dan Moore just go crazy, have at it. We're the winners.
Yeah. Mark McGrath puts, so you're saying Black Widow's gap was interesting. I can't remember which one it was, so that's what I'm gonna say. It may have been the lead up to Infinity War. I just remember there was a story that featured. Actually, I do. I think it was the lead up to Infinity War, and it featured. So pardon, but I remember Black Widow being in it because she tracks down, and this is where the movie kind of actually did play into it a little bit. She tracks down Steve and Anthony Mackie, Falcon, to get them because they've been on the run since Civil War and hiding. So they kind of pull them together to then go meet the rest of the team. But the story that it told within that and what they're actually doing was actually halfway decent. Because it was for Infinity War. Because I remember when I saw the movie, I was like, I wish they would have incorporated just a smidge of that in there so we knew what they'd been up to. Into it, meaning into the film. So Max is apparently going to despise something with every fiber of his being. LK did say, as far as Superman goes, for me, Superman wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was maddening. There aren't many good things starting with the casting, but too many bad, annoying. Really, I've been hearing a lot of people okay with the casting. I've seen a lot of people liking David Cornsweet. I've seen a lot of people really like. I can't think of the actor that's playing Mr. Terrific. I've seen positive things about Lois. I've seen people saying they wish they had more of Clark and Lois in the film and less of all these other superheroes. And
we really only see Clark once. I think.
Oh wow,
in the film.
interesting. Yeah. Okay. But yeah. So we shall see. What else is in here? I don't think there's anything about the comics. We do have Salty coming in with $4.99, going here, money, take it. Thanks for the entertainment while I was trapped behind doors with California plates. Damn it, Josh. You know what we should just start doing no matter what stream I'm on? If anything goes wrong, we should just be like, damn it, Josh. Even if I'm not there. So, Salty, thank you so much for the $4.99. For that, senor, I will give you. What do we want to do? We'll do this. Hell yeah! Such a badass moment.
Yes.
Such a badass moment.
The moment everyone was waiting for.
All right. Okay, so Drew, we are gonna be wrapping up soon because we got to do Max's stream. Is there another book specifically that you want to talk about?
Let me take one last look. Uncanny X-Men was garbage. Batman and Robin was good. I really just feel like Batman and Robin is just really, really just being drug out, and this should have ended a couple of issues ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we can talk about Aquaman. Aquaman was really damn good this week.
That's right.
I got
Aquaman
a damn
number
good kick
7, correct?
That is correct, sir. You are correct, sir. Yes.
That is the Aquaman Shark Week. I don't want that. Go ahead and start talking about it, and I'll pull it up real quick.
Yeah. So we discovered that we got one of the Wonder Twins is down there.
That's right. I forgot. I haven't read this yet, full disclosure. So I forgot to. No, I struggled to get as much read as I could this week. But yeah.
So we discovered that he's been freed. He's with the Resistance, if you will.
Resistance.
Viva la Resistance. And they're trying to get together a plan what they want to do, and they're kind of like taking out all the kind of like a little bighorn method, taking out like all the outliers around the big guy, and then eventually work their way in. But eventually, by the end of this, our heroes may run into the Atlanteans, and they may discover some big changes with the Atlanteans, and one of which it may be pretty damn heartbreaking toward the end.
Can I take a guess? Can I
Sure.
take a guess of what? Do they make them Spanish? And do they have? Oh, okay, fine. I didn't know if they were gonna suddenly start naming him Aquaman.
Yes, it is. It is Spanish for petulant child. Yes.
But yeah, this for you. This is still like going like full cylinders. Still loving what Jeremy Adams is doing.
Absolutely, and how this ends, it's gonna be get to the mono Dagon. I can't really call Dagon mono, but we got a pissed off Aquaman at the end of this, and let's just say, my money's on Aquaman.
Nice. I think this is a beautiful page here, really well drawn. And this isn't the standard artist. This is
this is but this guy does a great job as a fill-in. I gotta say.
Got some Mara action coming in with some
or is it Mara?
Or is it Mara? I don't know, but there's booty and boobs. So you know what?
butt cheeks. Booty butt
Sure, people
cheeks.
be okay with that. Um, yeah, this is one of the ones that I did not get to this week. In between,
Oh, and here's the big twist. Big twist is coming up
Oh, I'm
after
not
this
going to show it
page.
then. I'm going to let readers read it on their own. Look, it's more booty. This artist was okay to show some curvation.
Booty butt cheeks. Booty butt cheeks.
I mean, just seeing this alone and seeing the Garth and well, Jackson Hyde, all these characters kind of come in already, kind of gives you a nice little boost of energy of like, okay, cool, like you feel like you're building up to something pretty solid. So if there's a twist, I'm purposely not going because I want to experience it. So I'm stopping here. But you would say definitely high recommend. Keep this in your pull list.
I recommend keep this in your poll list. Tell your friends, tell your friends' wives, tell your friends' wives' kids to get this. Everyone needs to be reading Aquaman.
Nice. Yeah, it's worth it. I'm hoping that DC won't delay the trade too much, this first trade. So hopefully more people will pick it up and realize kind of what they've been missing. Because we've mentioned this before, but the sales on this book aren't as good as they should be.
Correct.
And
It pisses me off because I guarantee if they put the absolute label on this, it'd be selling like hotcakes.
Yep, it would. I'm gonna stop sharing. The only other book that I know I wanted to talk about was Planet Death. Did you happen to read that or no?
No,
Okay.
I see it as a gimmick comic, and it's hard for me to read gimmicks.
I mean, look, I will say it's Robert Venditti writing with the I can't think of his name, but the guy that penned the John Wick movies. And the art for me is I think the big win. I know Max wasn't crazy about it. I actually thought it was quite a bit of fun. Max did kind of bring up some of the dialogue that it's a little like ham fisted. And look, I'll agree. But I I kind of want to give Max shit later because he was like, we don't really know the motivation. We don't know this. We don't know that. I'm like, God forbid we don't know everything in the first freaking issue. Uh, but yeah, no, I'm enjoying it and I'm curious to see where it goes. Where I got a lot of Warhammer vibes from the Zero issue. There's kind of some Matrixy vibes in the second issue. And yeah, look, I'm having fun with it. It seems like a badass book. It feels like they're not going for a gimmick for this story, so we'll see what happens. It seems like they kind of realize, like, hey, maybe if we want to sell some comics, we should just tell some good stories. Go figure. So like, no typical bad idea bullshit here. Just some decent work. But yeah, other than that, man. I mean, there were some bad books this week as well. We didn't jump into Uncanny X-Men. Look, I'll put it this way: where I think last week, maybe it wasn't last week. Whenever we talked about Hyde Street last, because they had the horror elements tied in with the
the horror elements, yeah.
They try to do like a horror movie theme type thing with this issue, and God, it's so bad.
And the fact they had the sheer audacity to bring in different authors of horror to talk about, the movie, the alleged atrocity of a movie that the mutant community wants to go full jihad on. It's ridiculous. It is absurd. It is bullshit. It is ludicrous.
I agree.
It shows you how insane these mutants are written under Gail Simone.
Yes. Other than that, Conan came out.
Oh, Josh, you muted. Dad, tower rack.
Bad. Oh shit! I realized that I still had guys just coming up. Damn it, Josh! Come on. No, I was saying Conan was pretty good. The Marvel swimsuit was not. It was stupid. It was so stupid. And I don't know if you heard me say the point that of like at least in the years past when you had swimsuit issues, you had those like pinups that were nice. The art was even pretty crappy here.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you want to talk about a comment that pissed me off and just like, and they're like, "This is AI art. We need to take these people out." And you see them pulling out guns and weapons to go. It's like, well, what the fuck are we doing here? This is insane.
yeah, but it was the Roxxon Corporation and they're evil, Drew. Come on. Ugh.
So we have every
Um,
right to blow the shit out of them for producing a calendar of
yeah.
what? Let's like let's okay. Let's cut the Prozac in half. Let's step off the ledge. Let's talk about this before we jump from one to World War III. All right,
Yeah.
this is insane.
Just maybe. Just maybe. But on the same wavelength of the terrible writing and terrible ideas, Gotham City Sirens #2 came out again, which I didn't even bother with. Fire and Ice came out this week. I'd rather shoot myself. And then hey, there's another Jeff the Land Shark issue that came out. So winning, guys,
Hashtag,
winning.
yep. Hashtag Toad Storbs.
But yeah, no, I honestly some pretty good stuff this week, and then just avoid the pile of shit that also came out. We've got those apps now that we can find where the shit is, so we're kind of in good hands. Any final comments on comics before we go ahead and start wrapping things up, so we can take a quick break before jumping into Max's stream?
Better than last week, significantly better than
Yes.
last week. And yeah, everyone, just go to your comic book, go to your local comic book shop, support them in any way you can.
Nice. Salty did put my LCS owner was dumping on swimsuits in the reprint cover pages. He's like, how can I sell? Yeah, it's not great. But yeah, I'm with Drew. Go support your local comic shop. And look, there's plenty of books. If you go back to like 2 years ago, we were in a shitty situation with comics. There was a lot of not good stuff. And we've thankfully gotten a lot of titles that are solid. So go pick those up, check them out. If you want to trade weight, that's fine. But anything you can do to help your comic shops, they could use it. Even though and this is the conversation I was having with my LCS owner this week. He's like, man, even though our sales have been picking up, the cost of everything has been increasing so much that it's not doing us any good. Because shipping costs for them are higher than they've ever been. The fact that they're having to order from different distributors is really kind of plaguing them because they're not getting discounts they used to get. But even things like bag and boards are becoming extremely expensive because of production issues and other things. So, yeah, if you're gonna buy something, go check it out. If you sail the high seas, I mean, look, I get it. Look, clearly, we pull a site up on here just to see the comics. But if you find something or you read something that you like, go buy it after the fact. Because anything you can do to support the shops will help. Drew, anything else before we wrap up for 5 to 10 minutes and get our second win to go on Max's stream and talk about a whole lot of shenanigans?
I'll say that hey, if you don't find anything new in the on the racks at your comic book store, tell your comic book store to back on Holy Nightmare.
Yeah. And the link will be there to continue backing it for a few more days. We'll push it as long as it's going. And other than that, we will see you guys on Tuesday when we have a full deep dive into Superman, really break down the plot, discuss spoilers. And I feel like that's going to be a fun time. And then, of course, we'll be back next Thursday for Floppy Drop. So it should be a fun week. And then this Sunday, I will have a pop talk. If you have ideas for a topic, let me know. I haven't picked anything out yet. If I don't get anything, I'm just going to, go free range again. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry, it is a short night, but you're going to get more of us on another channel. We're going to go harass Max. We're going to tell him he's retarded. We're going to tell him to eat some crayons. When he starts crying, we'll tell him he's pretty and has big muscles, so he stops crying, and then we'll go back to harassing him again. So it'll be a fun night. So go get some drinks, get some beers, get some whiskey, whatever you want to do, and then come hang out with us on his channel. But with that said, we are going to wrap up the night and see you in a few. Bye, everybody.
Bye.